Well, good morning, my sweet peeps. So today I'm going to start our dear time with the book that won the majority vote, as you can see from the board behind me. The book I'll be reading to you now is Took, written by Mary Dowling Hahn. This is a ghost story, and it's written very well by its author, who uses an author's craft technique that I really enjoyed. Each chapter is a different focused setting. So you're just going to have to bear with me. All right? So I'm going to start out with the beginning. The old woman stands on the hilltop, just on the edge of the woods, well hidden from the farmhouse below. Two men and a woman are getting out of a car that has a sign for Jack Lingo Realty painted on the side. The old woman has seen plenty of realtors in her time. She doesn't know this one, but she remembers his pa, old Jack Lingo. And his pa, Edward. And the one afore him, back and back through the years to the first Lingo ever to settle in this valley and take up the buying and selling of houses. Though young Lingo doesn't know it, Auntie is helping him sell that house to the man and the woman in the only way she knows. Muttering and humming and moving her hands this way and that way, weaving spells in the air and sending messages as she's always done. Messages that make folks need things not worth needing. Dangerous things. Things they regret getting. You might wonder why Auntie wants this man and woman to buy the house. Truth to tell, she doesn't give a hoot about them. They're ignorant fools, but they have something she wants, and she aims to get it. It's almost time for the change, and they've come on schedule just as she'd known they would. New for old, she chants to herself, strong for weak, healthy for sickly, pretty for ugly. When the man and the woman follow young Lingo into the old Essie's house, Auntie sways back and forth, grinning and rubbing her dry, bony hands together. Her skirt blows in the wind. Long strands of white hair whip around her face. With a little hop and a jig, she turns to something hidden in the trees behind her. Won't be long now, boy. We'll get rid of the old pet and get us a new one to raise up. Though he stays out of sight, her companion makes a noise like a hog when it's hungry, a squealing sort of snout that might be a laugh, a snort, or might be something else altogether. Auntie gazes down at the run-down farmhouse and outbuildings, the overgrown fields, the woods creeping closer year by year. From the hill she can see the missing shingles in the roof, the warped boards riddled with termites and dry rot, the cracks in the chimney. Almost 50 years have passed since the Estes family left the place. Nobody has lived there since then. Local folk avoid the place. They scare their children with stories about the girl, the one before her, and the one before her. Back and forth to the very first girl. Fear keeps them out of the woods and away from the cabin on Brewster's Hill. Those children know all about Auntie and her companion. But newcomers always show up, city people who've never heard the stories. If the valley folk try to warn them, they scoff and laugh and call the stories superstitious nonsense. They come from places where lights burn all night. They don't heed the dark and what hides there. It all works to Auntie's advantage. Down below, a door opens and Auntie watches young Lingo lead the man and woman inside. Even though they speak softly, Auntie hears every word. They aim to buy the tumble-down wreck of a house, fix it up, and live there with their children, a boy and a girl. They tell him it's just what they want, a chance to get away from their old life and start anew in the country. They'll get some chickens, they say, a couple of goats, maybe even a cow or a sheep. They'll plant a garden, grow their own food. The man and the woman get into the realtor's car, laughing, excited. Auntie spits into the dirt. Fools. They'll find out soon enough. She listens to the car's engine until she can't hear it anymore, and then she snaps her fingers and does another jig. It's falling into place just like I predicted. Dear boy. But don't you say a word to her back at the cottage. She ain't to know till it happens. Her companion snorts and squeals, and the two of them disappear into the dark woods to wait. Until next time.